What's up, YouTube? Today's video is going to be on my top 5 tips for wearing the Clear Correct, which is similar to Invisalign teeth straightening system. Okay, the first step I want to say that is very, very important is when I first got these in my mouth, you can't really tell that they're on because they fill in the spaces. But when I first got them, I have like sores on the inside of my mouth that are very uncomfortable. And I mean, I guess when people get braces too, they have some kind of discomfort and your mouth has to get adjusted because something different is in it. But for me, I didn't like that. So basically, oh, by the way, this is what the bag that they come in, and then they have numbers on it. So basically, if you keep the bags that they come in, even if you were to lose, if you were to misplace or you stopped wearing it and you needed to put them back in again, you would know what order, what tray would go in what order that you last used in order to continue again if you get it. Or I guess you could just keep putting on the different ones. And it says tear here and rinse before use. The dentist didn't tell me to rinse before I put it on. They just put it in my mouth. But that's besides the point. So basically, I have a missing tooth on the bottom. So the same way, that's how I know which is the bottom and which is the top. And basically the edges are sometimes kind of sharp. So what I did was, I don't have one nearby, but what I did was I took a nail filer, a brand new nail filer, of course, and I basically kind of filed the sides down in order to make the sides not as blunt. And I found that really, really helped me as far as getting the sores in my mouth from the things scraping the side of my teeth. Um, the second tip is make sure that you put the Invisalign in your purse or in your pocket when you go out to dinner. I had an incident a few weeks ago where I went out to dinner with my husband to Applebee's, and the lady was clean. First of all, she never asked me, were we ready for the check? She just brought the check to the table. Okay, left, came back, got the check, then started cleaning off the table. So I'm having a nice conversation with my husband, and I turn around and I'm like, where's my teeth? Because I forgot the case at home that I'm supposed to keep them in. So I had them in a napkin, and basically, like, she threw the Invisalign away with everything that was on the table. So did she ask us if we were ready, if we were done? Then I would have politely took my little napkin with my stuff off the table and put it away. But needless to say, make sure, don't be like me, because yeah, they had to go in the trash. Yeah, I had to take it out, sanitize it, whatever. But don't be like me and end up having to buy them all over again if they weren't found. Or I don't know what they were doing back there in the kitchen, but thank God they found it. That's it. Okay, another thing that I notice, especially in the mornings, because I try to brush after each meal, is that there's like a lot of buildup. You know, mouth been closed, you've been sleeping all night, and I usually can use a toothbrush and basically brush the tray. Otherwise, there'll be a lot of white gunky stuff on there. And I found that sometimes I try to brush with toothpaste and a regular toothbrush and some water, and it doesn't really help all the time. Like, you have to literally, do some work. Sometimes I'll sit it in some water for a few minutes and that will help, but usually I end up forgetting them at home and I'll go out because I've sat them in there for so long, didn't put them back in after I cleaned them off. What you can do also is you can use denture cleaner like Polident. Like, you basically let the stuff dissolve in the water, and then you put the trays in there, and it will, like, everything, you see everything just start lifting off, and it's like magic, like OxyCleaner or something. But it really works really well. It gets the stuff off, so that's the best way. But I don't do it every day. I try to do it at least once a week to really, like, deep clean the trays. But it's working so far. And tip number 4 is anytime you're switching out your trays, you want to take ibuprofen a few minutes, like at least 30 minutes, or maybe a pain reliever, at least 30 minutes before you put on your new tray, because the pain from the tightness of it pulling will literally make you want to pull them out and throw them away. But what I find is that I don't like the tightness, but when it stops being tight after the first 2 days, then I'm like, okay, I want to feel the tightness. I want to know that it's working. But for the next 2 weeks, I'm just okay. Like I can literally use my tongue and pop out the top one. And now that's a bad habit because I'll pop it on and off and look like I have dentures. Really weird. But yeah, needless to say, tip number 5 is when I did first get these, I couldn't speak clearly at all. And being in a profession where I'm around a lot of people and have to actually talk and explain stuff to people, that was really irritating. And if I knew I had to talk to a lot of people, I would like literally pull off the top one just to hold a conversation. But I've gotten pretty good now. When I don't think about it, then I'm okay. When I think about it and I'm reading into it, then I end up speaking like sugar tash. But for the most part, I'm good. I'm happy. I love it. I'm more confident. I don't think people are looking at the gaps between my teeth when I'm talking to them. So, needless to say, all the little things that I discussed about, knowing, um, it's okay. Like I can deal with that because the benefits far outweigh the disadvantages. So, that's it. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for my next video and keep it eloquent.